Hello, I'm Dr. Richter, and let's explain the Zinzino balance test today. So basically, Zinzino is unique because we have a dry blood test that will allow you to look at the values of 11 fatty acids in your blood. Namely, you want to know the ratio between your inflammatory omega-6 over your good or anti-inflammatory omega-3. So they have developed this test with a third party. It is anonymous, and literally all you have to do is at home or with your practitioner is a very small blood prick. And to give you some hints, it's basically painless, this little green device here. And it does take some time for that drop of blood to come out. And all you have to do is put it on these paper blocks here and stick it in an envelope and make sure you have a picture of the barcode because it is anonymous, and send it off in the mail. And within 2 weeks, you will get the results and discuss it with your practitioner. So make sure that you wash your hands before you do the test and only transfer the blood and not smush the whole surface of the finger onto the paper, so you're not transferring any unnecessary fatty acids. And that's all there's to it. It's very simple and very painless. And that's what you're going to see when it comes back. It's going to look something like this. And here's two tests that we have from kids that are, or teenagers. They're very much in the red. They are definitely inflammatory. The index is over 30 to 1. And we've seen even tests 50 to 1 or even higher when it comes to people who are very athletic because they're burning omega-3 in a very high rate. Yeah, and it comes with a whole PDF file where you can get all of these things explained. And I'm going to go through it here just briefly. The main thing, again, is your index. That's your inflammatory over anti-inflammatory. So it's supposed to be below 3 to 1. And it's a minimum of 20 to 1 for average people. We've done over 1 million tests worldwide, and so that's how we know that the test initially is usually not very good news. However, the good news is that your second test in 6 to 12 months will be much, much better. So everything's explained here: your protection value, your index, your mental strengths, your cell membrane fluidity, and then your arachidonic level, which is very important. So you can go through this PDF file once it comes in, and it will give you an exact explanation of how everything is calculated and how it works. And very important, the arachidonic inflammatory range is supposed to be not too low and not too high. There's a green area in the middle. And we will discuss all of those details. And here you will see, the actual values. So we look at the two saturated fats, palmitic acid and stearic acid. So many people now actually test deficient in stearic acid because they don't eat enough red meat. Stearic acid is very important for your heart health. In this case, there's plenty of red meat in this diet. So you want to look for, a little bit of a positive value here. But in general, these saturated fats don't make a whole lot of difference. What we're really concerned with is the inflammatory omega-6s and the anti-inflammatory omega-3s here. And you can see this is a very typical scenario here, where you have positive linoleic acid and arachidonic acid 20 0.9% access, and then also the previous candidate in this cascade, the DGLA, which builds up before the arachidonic acid, is usually also very high. In contrast, alpha linoleic acid, and unfortunately they chose the same name. So linoleic acid is inflammatory, alpha linoleic acid is anti-inflammatory, and you can get this alpha linoleic acid from, let's say, flaxseed from plants and convert it to EPA, DPA, and DHA if your enzymes are working properly. And many times we see that that's not the case because you have a positive value here, but everything is still negative here. So even if your initial value is not so bad, let's say it's 8 to 1, 7 to 1, I can promise you, you go down to this section here and you will see a 90% deficiency, 80 to 90% deficiency in EPA and DHA in most cases. So here's another test where you can see, another teenager, 23 to 1, which is, not really any better. Everything else is red. Membrane fluidity, mental strength is not good. The arachidonic acid here is in the inflammatory range, and that is a given, again, because we're looking at the values, and here we go. We have an 89% deficiency. So this DHA is a little better, but it's highly deficient at 33%. The eye, the brain, the nervous system, for a growing teenager, it basically depletes all of those values, and at the same time arachidonic acid is positive. So yes, so it's a very simple test. It is anonymous, and you will get a second free retest in 6 months, which we like to usually wait out for 9 months or so. The test is definitely going to improve taking the balance oil, and the improvement depends on your overall health. And there's examples of tests where you are completely in the green, and you can see that test on my website, and you can definitely read more about the balance test, and here are the links to where you get your test results and where you can get the instructions and order additional tests. And green is what we're striving for, and an index of less than 3 to 1. Less than 4 to 1 is already pretty good, but 3 to 1 is what we're really thriving for. And in the end, when you compare the test, this is what it looks like. This is my own test, actually. I was 62% deficient in EPA and 53 and 47% DHA deficient. And in the end, so this is after 1 year, you want to have this value at 0, which is just the deviation, basically. So if you're at 0, that means you're balanced and you're not deficient anymore. So the balance oil works, and my own ratio went down from 8 to 1 down to 3 to 1, and I am in a good range now, where all the research shows that you're basically in a position to avoid all chronic diseases. So hope this all helps, and I will definitely answer any questions. Just text me or email me and fill out our contact form, and we hope to hear from you soon.